With the CatBase Form Design Wizard, you can design your own data entry forms. Let's take a look at one that we've got in our example database here by double-click on a record. Now, all I've got showing is the product name, which is not really all that helpful because I need to see additional information about this record on this screen. So we can modify that. Go to the Admin tab, expand the Database Setup option, and select Form Design Wizard. So this is a little drawing program, really, a little mini drawing program within CatBase. This area here shows the actual data entry form as it's going to look. Now at the moment I've got this on a rather small scale in order to fit into this video format, but you can expand this window to give yourself more of a working area here. And you can also change your view by scrolling up and down or sideways. Over to the right of the screen, we've got an area that lists the various objects that you can place onto your form. So we've got pages, fields, and objects. Let's first start with pages. So at the moment we've got one page, or one tab if you like, set up, which is called Details. Maybe I want to add another tab so I can spread the data across a couple of different screens. So I'm going to add a page here, and I'm going to call it Categories. So now we've got our two tabs here, and I've got to decide what I want to put on this page here. So I'm going to put my list of categories on this second tab labeled Categories. Now let's go back to the Products one, the Details one, save the change, yep, and let's look at these other options we've got. So under Fields, there's a list of all the fields in this table that have not already been placed onto the screen. So I'm going to add a few of them. So let's say description. I'll just drag that, drop it onto there, and now I can resize this if I want to make it bigger, smaller, whatever. Let's also have the picture field here. Okay, and how about one that's going to look a bit different? Let's have the special offer field. Now special offer field is a boolean, and so that's going to appear as a checkbox on our data entry form here. Once you've placed objects on the form, you can move them around simply by dragging and dropping them into position, just like a little drawing program. You can also delete one. Let's say we decide we don't want special offer on here after all, so we right click on it and choose delete. Oh, made a mistake. I'm going to put it back again. Special offer. Well, let's put it back. Now I want to see what the field properties are for one of these fields. Let's say for the picture field, is it really a picture field? I'm going to look at the field properties. So I'll right click on there and choose field properties. And here are the properties for that field. Now you can change any of these properties that you want to, except for the field type. Once a field has been created and saved, you cannot change its type, but you can change everything else. So this one's flagged as a picture name, and that's all we need to know. Oh, I'm going to add a help tip here. So this is, let's say this is the main image for the product. Save that. Let's take a look at what we've done. So I'm going to go to the Products tab, save my changes, yes. Now if I open up the same record again, you can see that we've got a lot more information here. We've still got the product name, we've got our description, the picture, and our special offer checkbox. And then we've got another tab here, Categories, which lists the categories that this product is in. I don't really like the positioning of this, so I'm going to go back and change that. Just move it down a bit, and let's just review the changes. That's better. So let's look at some of the formatting options available for the Form Design Wizard. First of all, Snap to Grid. If this option is selected, when you move things around or resize them, they'll snap to match an invisible grid. So for example, if I move that, it jumps into place to match a grid. If I don't want that to happen, I can just unselect that, and now each object will stay exactly where I put it. And if I want to resize a box, it will stay exactly as I choose it. Now I can choose a different font size. The default is 12, but let's say you want to make it bigger. Let's say 16. There we go. You may want to resize your text boxes if you do that. And you can even choose a different font. So the default, I believe, is Arial, but you could choose a different font, particularly let's say if you're working in a language like Chinese or Arabic, you might want to choose a different font for that. Or you can just select one that you find easier to read on screen. That's not very helpful, so I'm going to just go back to Arial for now. There we go. Now, the data entry order. This is the order in which the cursor will move from one field to the next when you press the tab key. So normally you'll start at the first field here, press the tab key, you want it to go to description, press the tab key again, picture, and so on. So let's see how it's currently set up. Show the data entry order. Actually, it's pretty much fine. So it's going to start here, it's going to go there, and then there, and then there. But what if I want to do something a little bit different? I'll choose set the data entry order. Maybe I want to start here and go from product name to picture, from picture to description, and from description to special offer. Seems a bit illogical, but that's just for the purposes of demonstration. And if we have a look at how that works now, go to back to products, and let's look at one of these. So now if I put my cursor in the first field, press the tab key, it goes down to picture, tab key again, it goes to description, and then to special offer.